Chapter 13. Picking Myself Up. Confidence is a curious thing. It has moments of empowerment and moments of fleeting presence. While my journey in educational leadership has not been without its disappointments, it has also brought numerous accomplishments and successes. In March of 2019, I began writing about my experiences with anxiety as a student, a teacher, and school administrator. While I knew anxiety was omnipresent, I didn't think my experiences would be relatable. So much of anxiety is a fight with yourself. It lives in your inner voice, in the darkest depths of your emotional brain. No matter how good of a day you might have, a bad one is inevitably waiting for you just beyond the horizon. And it's this pendulum that makes the disorder so difficult to understand and so isolating in your mind. But regardless of my consternation, I was encouraged to bridge the gap between my mental health advocacy and my educational leadership experience. Since the day Professor Sam had failed me on my first graduate writing assignment, I had worked to become a better writer. I edited papers incessantly. I reached out to my former high school English teacher whenever I needed help. I started reading a lot more. Supposedly it makes you a better writer. And I took my time. By the time I was a department chair, teachers and administrators were asking me to draft emails and documents for them. Our girl, they would say, she can write. Having gone from a student failing her first graduate research paper to someone others looked to for help with their writing, I was intrigued by the prospect of writing about my own anxiety. It wasn't that I didn't think I would be able to communicate my experience. My confidence in writing had grown enormously. It was more about whether or not people would listen to, or in this case read, what I had to say. As I began writing that spring, I felt a sense of success and accomplishment before anyone even read what I wrote. There was a passion that exuded from me, a motivation I had never really felt before. One piece turned into two, which turned into multiple articles. I was finding great success in receiving wonderful feedback from editors and readers. The pieces I wrote caught the attention of publishers, and within 4 months, I signed my first book deal. Me, the girl who refused to take honors English freshman year of high school and then AP English as a senior. The girl who failed her first writing assignment at Harvard was about to be a published author. "You're amazing," my inner voice told me. "Writing a book? You're going to crush it. There's nothing you can't do right now." But much like allowing our students to believe they can be and do anything, my confidence was lacking the balance with reality we must all teach along with it. I can believe that someday I'll run a sub-24-minute 5K race, but just because I think it doesn't mean it's realistic. Belief is necessary when it comes to accomplishing something, but it has to be rooted in reality. I had successfully written numerous published articles and had established a following online, but writing a book was a completely different beast. I tried to convince myself to slow down, lower my expectations. The successes I had experienced in such a short amount of time were not common. Sure, the more shots you take, the more you're going to make, but you're also one shot closer to a miss.